Hey guys, it's a $100,000 flip. That's not the price, that's the profit. And that is what it looks like. Guys, this is not reality TV. Well, guess what? Because in reality TV, there is nothing real. This is real life in Schaumberg, which is a suburb of Chicago. And we're going to show you exactly how it's done. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process, and then we're going to go through the numbers. All right, so we are looking at the property. We're outside. We figured just kind of capture the outside before we go in. So as you guys look at this property, it's an A area, as we said. So the shutters matter, the siding matters. In this case, it's in beautiful, beautiful condition. The roof is an architectural roof. Now, on a property like this, you're going to sell the property for $500,000. Well, guess what? All those things need to look perfect. The outside needs to look really, really nice and clean. Doesn't have to be anything special, but it needs to look nice and clean. The grass and everything has to be kind of just perfect. It could use, there's a little bit of kind of weeds in there, so it could use a little bit of fertilizer. And these are things you got to start thinking 3, 4, 5 weeks ahead of bringing the property to market. But in general, it's nice. It fits really well with a lot of the neighbors, with what we see. Now in the backyard is a great feature, which the people that live here, they will really, really appreciate it. And that happens to be kind of a little bit of a, some people call it a lake. It's not really a lake, it's not that big, but it's a nice little pond, and that's something that people would really, really appreciate. It's, for most people that are kind of in the area, this is going to be something, it's a nice feature to have. Now, just understand, I have some families say, well, we have young kids, but in this price range, it wouldn't be that expensive for them just to put a fence if that's something they choose to do. But just beautiful backyard here. As we look at kind of the backyard, a couple things to look at. Clearly, both the patio doors have been changed. Big windows over here, so that's a major expense that you're going to look at on a property like this. These are things that in a property of this caliber, this price range, you can't leave that undone. So those are things he's already done. All the window caps are done. So this is going to be kind of the aluminum cap, which covers the brick molding and which covers the gap between the windows. That's all done. Gutters are in good shape. So in general, the property looks good. The capping around the patio door has not been done yet. Obviously, that's going to be on the agenda. Looks like he also touched up this particular step. This must have been broken, so that was something that he already looks like touched up. That's all done. And this is important. If you're in a winter climate, when are you going to address all the outside things, especially as it starts getting colder in another month or two? Those are some things to consider. So let's go inside and let's see what he has done in terms of fit and finish. All right, so come on in. So inside, let's kind of look at some of the touch-ups, some of the things that he has done to the property. So let's just start here with the, I don't know what this would be, a formal living room. And here, clearly, he basically has canned lights, which is a good fixture. He did kind of, if you want, wainscoting here. This is an extra feature because this is generally done in the extra room. This is not done throughout the house. Generally, it's going to be wainscoting that they're going to do as an extra feature. So people appreciate that. Looks like he updated the mechanicals and he updated the HVAC. So he's put a nice new thermostat. I'm forgetting the word. This obviously is the is the dining room for people. Just a basic fixture, not a whole bunch that I can see that he did there. He continued the wainscoting just in a little bit lesser sort of a fashion over here, so it doesn't follow through all the way, but it's just kind of a nice thing. It'll break up. Probably he may do a two-tone color. I'm not sure what Boyan has planned here. All new, brand new hardwood floors. This is beautiful, right? This gorgeous hardwood floor, so it's going to look absolutely, absolutely amazing. He clearly spent some good amount of money actually giving nice, good hardwood floors. This is real hardwood floors. Then as we step into the kitchen, it's beautiful countertops, you know, so they're all covered because obviously they're still doing construction. Kind of a brand new cabinets, Samsung set of appliances. So this kitchen is really nice and big. Basically a farmer's kind of a big sink. So this is in nowadays. The older ones are gone. This is the bigger one that a lot of times people are putting in the higher end stuff. And Booyan does a beautiful job with the fit and finish. We'd already talked about new windows, new patio doors. That was something that was already done. I'm not sure if he's leaving the brick there. That's kind of a little bit of a older look. Depends on what he's going to do in terms of the fit and finish on that. And then clearly he's going to enclose that in. So that's going to be the laundry room over there. So as we move through the kitchen, I want to make sure that Jack is not going to trip here. Nothing very fancy with the cabinets, but if you notice, because the price range, he has the full cabinets over there. If Jack pans, then over there you have full 36-inch cabinets. So that's an added feature. Huge island. Right here, it's a massive, massive sized island that's here on the property. And then pretty much he followed out cans throughout. Even here he has cans, generally in a lower price range. You're not going to do that. We walk into the laundry room. So he put a new sink over here. He didn't cheapen out here and put the plastic one. He kind of followed the same theme from the kitchen with the countertops. Same cabinets he followed through. Nice additional storage over here. So that's nice. Here, it's not the cheap flooring. And because this is the laundry room, he went ahead and did tile instead of putting in hardwood floors. So just attention to detail. And those are the types of things that people are going to look for. Obviously, it goes into the garage, which is pretty straightforward and simple. So now we're going to go, actually, let's go downstairs. And then once we go through, look at some of the mechanicals that are there, then we'll go upstairs and finish up there. Then we'll get back and do the numbers. Another feature, guys, I forgot to point out, and that was kind of the refrigerator, but it's nice and it's going to give it that finished built-in look. He's not just sticking a refrigerator. And it's just another thing that I thought is a nice fit and finish item where it's kind of enclosed in with a cabinet sort of thing. The days of the recessed refrigerator, nowadays the Sub-Zeros are gone, but this just gives it that kind of end cap where it'll be a nice feature. One more thing he did here is that he's installing a wine rack. So I want to kind of show that. As we walked in, we saw that it's sitting over there. So it's a, and not just a rack, it's going to be a wine cooler, right? So it's something additional thing. It doesn't cost that much to do, but just some of those small things, he has kept that in mind that he's going to put in the property because the price range. Let's go downstairs. All right, so we're in the basement. And in this particular area, this is a pretty nice sized house. So a finished basement is an additional feature. Is it necessarily going to sell the house? No, but will it be one of those things where people are like, oh, I have an additional basement, and people will pay a little bit extra for it. It's a pretty straightforward basement to finish. There were no big pillars or anything in the middle. So he has gone ahead and finished the basement, and since the basement was completely open, it's fairly easy for him to go ahead and put in the canned lights throughout the entire basement. One thing I want to point out as far as the main electrical panel. So this is another room that he has over here where this can be a small little theater. Somebody can have an additional room. It can't be a bedroom. Just keep that in mind. There's no exits here, egress, what it's called, in the room. So you cannot make this into a bedroom, and you cannot call it a bedroom. It's one of those codes that's important. So other thing is, clearly he has had to put a new electrical panel. So that has been done. That's something that whenever people come in, they'll see that the fit and finish of the house, the main electrical panel is done. We'll see some of the HVAC system is updated. Those are big things, especially in a bigger ticket house. Those are main things that people pay attention to. So let's walk towards kind of the mechanical room where we have the hot water heater, we have the HVAC system, and let's see what all he did. So as we kind of walk in here, this is a newer hot water heater. That's in good condition. Remember, we always said, whenever you go to a property, especially when you're buying it, you want to take a picture of this sticker, because then all you need to have is, well, what is the make on this and the sticker, and you can look up, boom, how old is it? Especially when you're looking at an older property, maybe you can clean it up and just keep it. If it's up to 3 years old, it's perfectly fine. This is going to be basically the ejector pit is going to be over here, and then you have a furnace that looks to be in really good condition with the taping and stuff. This looks actually newer. I'm not 100% sure if Booyan installed it or if it's something that was here to begin with. Now, one small little detail I want to point out, right? That if you notice here, I'm not sure, yes, this is a small little crack over here. So all the cracks that are here, this is kind of common. This is nothing which is not common. It's something that people may look at and kind of ask questions. So the rest of the crack, if there's any small little cracks in the basement, it's going to get covered up, because they're going to have a have a floor, it's going to get covered up. But you have to think about it, that in this particular room, what does he do? Does he put down a little bit of epoxy, fill it all in, and make it nice and clean? Because he's not hiding anything. What he's doing is, it's an aesthetic sort of a thing, maybe worth just putting a little bit of epoxy down here and just giving it that nice fit and finish, which buyers will really appreciate, especially in this particular price range. Let's go upstairs and we'll look at the rest of the property. All right, guys, we're at the staircase and we're gonna kind of go on up. I imagine this basically had kind of the wood old looking spindles. He took those out, and if I was to guess, he's probably gonna have those, the iron ones, that twisted one, nothing very fancy, but something that looks a little bit modern, a little bit up to date, because these houses tended to have that old oak looking kind of wood, which just dates the house a little bit. With the amount of work that he's doing to the property, these are just easy updates that he can do. So if we kind of start here in the master, it's a nice sized master. It overlooks basically the pond back over there. So nice feature. And then let's see what he's doing. Actually here, if I was to guess, this is a fireplace. So he's putting kind of this is an electronic fireplace that he's putting in place, and it's going to have basically on this side, this is the main machine. So it looks like it's a log fire, but it's an electronic one. So he's probably planning on mounting it somewhere to just give it that cool look for the property. Obviously, you have the walk-in closet, pretty good size walk-in closet, and then you have the master bath. Again, with master bath, he went with the taller cabinets, taller bases, his and her kind of sinks. You have a nice walk-in. I like kind of what he did with it. Very simple, clean, white textured thing with those small little tiles. Just makes it look nice and cool. This will turn out to be a really nice shower. So nothing very complicated, but appropriate for the given amount of space. I think if we walk this way, you have another bathroom. Again, he gave it the double sink, higher cabinets, and you'll have a toilet kind of on the other side of it, and then you have a regular tub. Generally with these properties, what you'll notice is one of the bathrooms will have a tub and one of the bathrooms will have a walk-in. In case people have small kids, they prefer to have a tub, and then in their personal bedroom, people like to have, nowadays especially, a walk-in rather than the old style tub you used to see. So, and then we have kind of followed through. So in terms of a couple more things I want to point out, really small things, but he's used a little bit wider trim, gives it that better higher end feel once it's painted. Same thing here, these are those wire and the bigger end trims. Even though this is just MDF, it's not expensive, but it gives it the bigger look. Same thing here, instead of using those 6 panels, which makes it look cheap, these are the 2-panel hollow core doors, you know, so nothing very fancy, but still it gives it a better higher end feel and look. If you look at all the bedrooms, they haven't finished the flooring. The hardwood floors do not follow through, because what he's going to do is he's going to put nice thick plush carpeting, gives it that nice warm feel in the bedrooms. Well, you've seen the house. I bet you're wondering the numbers. So let's go through it. This was bought as an off-market property, because that's the first thing you should think about. Well, how do I find it? Well, this was bought off-market. He paid $235,000. Guys, right there, he hit a home run deal when he paid the right number. The second thing is, well, how much does it take to rehab this property? It's $80,000 is his budget. Is $80,000 to do the rehab? Well, then he need to have some financing costs, right? Where does he come up with the money? Well, that's the financing cost, which is $20,000 financing cost. And then he has some miscellaneous expenses like selling expenses, attorney expenses, title fees. So that's $18,000. So we added all of that, and that is the number. That is $353,000. That's his cost. That's all in. Now here's the kicker. Guess what he can sell this property for all day long? Guys, this is a $500,000 flip. So $500,000 sale, $353,000. Even if he misses the mark, let's just say there's 5 or 6 or 10,000 additional expenses shows up, he's gonna make well in excess of $130,000. Imagine that, $130,000, one flip. The best part, the money did not come out of his pocket. This was borrowed funds. Well, the question is, do you want to learn? How do you do it? Well, the best place to learn is right here, National RE Invest. You know the best part? The meetings are 100% free, and we show you properties, not just case studies, but live properties just like this one. This is Andrew Holmes. Hope to see you soon. Talk to you later.